Hey, this is Steve Halleck of TikToking. As always, you can find me at Steve Halleck on Instagram or at TikToking.com. And today I have maybe what we've all been waiting for. This is the big daddy of horology. This is a Greubel Forsey double tourbillon 30 degrees technique in black ADLC titanium. And, you know, I'll tell you a bit about it, but it all basically sums down to the fact that this is quite possibly the best watch in the world. I have not one bad thing to say about this, and it completely lives up to the hype. But let's get into it, and I think you'll agree by the end of this video. So the first thing you can notice, and the hallmark of this watch, is the depth of this movement. It's insane how much detail and depth, and it with the incredible finishing of Greubel Forsey, every little piece stands out. You know, it's like if you, I don't know if you guys shoot photographs, but like you get into Lightroom and you just up the clarity level on everything because every piece is so finely finished that it just looks perfect. And when you add that to this level of depth, it really is like having a whole city inside the watch. I'll just turn it around a little bit so you can see every part. So technically, we've got a double tourbillon. So if you look, there's the regular tourbillon that's angled at 30 degrees, and that's a 1 minute tourbillon. And then that's inside, you see that big ring there, that's inside a horizontal plane tourbillon that rotates once every 4 minutes. So if you see that four-tipped sapphire hand that's on top of it, that's got right now a 1 going through a seconds dial, that's a 4 minute hand. So right now the 1 is at 40 seconds, and as soon as it goes off of 60, the 2 will come down and it'll sweep across that seconds hand, and that counts the 4 minutes of the bigger horizontal plane tourbillon. Now over here, you have a normal seconds hand that just counts 60 seconds. Here you have, of course, the barrels. You've got 4 coaxial mainsprings here. So it actually gives a 5-day power reserve and extremely clean power delivery. Here's the power reserve over here. And I left it only about half wound so I can wind it here in the video because winding it is really spectacular. So check this out. So everything moves basically. And you can see the barrels turn, the winding mechanism there, and then actually the entire reserve de marche power reserve thing is part of this hand. So the power reserve is what moves under the hand here, which is just awesome. I won't bore you with fully winding it here, but we just about doubled from 48 to 96 hours. All right, so the plates of this one, because it's the black model, are done in a special black coating, and it's by far and away the most incredible black that you'll ever see in a watch. I don't know exactly how they do it, but it shines, and it's like an amazing frosted, like gilt frosted finish, but it's black. And I spoke to somebody very close to the brand who told me that on this ADLC black model, the black coating and the movement is actually different than like the bicolor technique, which is the rose with the black. It's unique finish to this ADLC model, and it's actually very hard to produce. It's much harder than their other black finishes. So I don't know how that, if this is the same one on the sapphire one or not, but at least for this one, it is different than the other black, and you can tell in person. I'm not sure if it comes through in the camera quite as well. Now, of course, every piece is basically black polished, and the main one that sticks out is the tourbillon bridge itself. So check it out from there, and you can see the architecture of it. It comes out on these 2 giant posts and lives quite high above the base plate here. really, there's not much to say about this thing, so I'm just going to let you guys see it from as many angles as possible. But around here, you've got a sapphire plate that actually has your hour counters. And the hands on this model, I believe, are the only Greubel Forsey that are luminous. So these tips are luminous. It's really, really wearable in the black titanium with the luminous hands. It makes the case much lighter. And then also something that a lot of people don't know, but they updated the technique when they made this watch and then subsequently the bicolor models, and they changed the way the strap connects. So the older ones had this strap that was proprietary, and it hooked in kind of up front in the case, and then it came out really far. So you can see here, this I can make go straight down, but the other one comes out kind of like pretty far like this. And for anybody with like normal size wrists, it would stick out over the wrist. So this newer version with the newer strap makes a huge difference in terms of the actual wearability of this watch. And if you're normal sized like me and ever looking at a Greubel technique, you want to look for one of these newer watches. It's the black model and then the bicolor models. It makes a very, very big difference. So let's take a look here. You can see the lugs, how they're integrated or not integrated, sorry, they're sort of movable and into the case here. And then you've got on the side is engraved with some of the values of the brand. So to read you some of them, it says inventeurs, créativité, univers savoir, oeuvre, noblesse, manufacture, horloger, just things that are sort of important to the ethos of the brand. And I believe that this is actually an inscription that's kind of special to each watch, so I'll leave that one here. But let's look at the back. So again, you have this incredible black kind of frosted finish. The blued screws are like a blue like you'll never see in anything. They're obviously heat blued and just killer. These wheels shine and gleam like nothing you've ever seen. Now, even the back part of this tourbillon bridge here obviously is black polished, and the tourbillon you can see through the entire thing quite a bit, which you don't notice from the front, but here you can obviously see my table underneath. I really don't have enough words to describe this watch. It is spectacular, and I've seen everything that's out there, and I can tell you that the price is obviously insane on these, but if any watch is worth crazy money, it's this one. You really feel it when you put it on and when you hold it in your hand that this is something very, very special. So let me show it to you on the wrist. The watch is 47 millimeters, which seems just giant. But again, because of those new lugs, it actually fits pretty well, and the titanium case makes it light enough that it doesn't feel like a behemoth on the wrist. It has this cool kind of proprietary deployant buckle that I believe is unique just to this model, but that's kind of cool as well. Anyway, here it is on the wrist. And you can see that it doesn't extend past my wrist. There's no space here between my wrist and the lugs. And it's pretty good proportions. It's obviously a big watch, but it's not too big or unwearable. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that I answered all the questions. I know that this is not one that most people are likely to see, so I tried to do my best to just give you as many views as possible. But this is, again, the Greubel Forsey double tourbillon 30 degrees technique in ADLC black titanium. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments or hit me on Instagram, or I guess Twitter also is @SDHalleck. All right.